It gives American students a chance to learn something that is very different to them, very new. And it gives them like a little glimpse into something that you wouldn't necessarily see otherwise. It's not just, you know, having classes where you can't bridge the gap as well. The fine arts part, the face painting and the Beijing opera and the singing and the flute and everything like that, those are really huge components of the program that are all go through the Confucius Institute.
Confucius Institute is a selected opportunity made by the Chinese government through their organization called Hanban, and they choose universities where they think that they can spread cultural information as well as Chinese language.
Jian. Yes, that's right. Pronunciation is so important.
Other cultures and other countries can learn the language but also learn about China and learn about their culture. Binghamton University has 16,000 students. We have over 2,500 international students at Binghamton right now. Several hundred are from China. We have another 2,000 students from other states other than New York. So it brings a lot of people here from a lot of different locations, and we're somewhat metropolitan that way and cosmopolitan as well. Because of some of our expertise in opera at Binghamton University, we have an outstanding opera program and a great music department and theater department. We decided to choose kind of a unique partner, which is NACTA, the National Academy of Chinese Theater Arts.
We're one of the few Confucius Institutes in the United States that have a specialization. And certainly no other Confucius Institute, no other place in the world outside of China, I think, offers this specialization in Beijing opera. I think the most significant achievement of the Confucius Institute of Chinese Opera is to open an important slice of Chinese culture to people not only in Binghamton, New York, but across the United States. We open performances of the Confucius Institute for Chinese Opera to everyone in the community. We open the doors of the Osterhout Theater and the Anderson Center.
Whether it's our student performances or whether it's a visiting group of Chinese stars who are coming to perform, we'll fill our auditorium that holds 1,200 people.
Beijing opera is an ancient tradition going back hundreds of years. And for people in the United States who aren't familiar with this, the Confucius Institute of Chinese Opera gives them a marvelous window into Chinese culture. And that's really exciting.
It's really hard for some modern Chinese people today to be able to connect to and relate to Beijing opera because the form and the style is so old that it's become antiquated in a way that it's necessary to revive it because otherwise it would die out. The language they use is ancient and it's beautiful. Modern Chinese people go to a Beijing opera, they have the subtitles too. And a lot of these are very archaic, old characters that you don't use in modern day language.
And the stories that they tell are very important stories in Chinese history. Thousands of years of history and dynasties and wars and families and feuds and so that they can tell these stories over and over again. You can imagine it was the way that those stories were handed down from generation to generation is through these performances.
People coming not knowing exactly what they were going to see, kind of a spirit of adventurousness. When you go in, you get drawn in by the energy. You get drawn in by the ability to tell a story with movement, with pantomime, with makeup. You get drawn in by the beauty of the music.
The four components, you have the acting component, the acrobatic component, the singing component, and then the dancing component. It's really interesting how everything incorporates, and with this, I started learning the movements to it, and then I learned the words. There's no ad-libbing, it's by the book, and everything is choreographed to some extent, but it's in such a way that it just makes it look effortless.
I want to learn more about the culture, I want to learn more about the music. So I was like, okay, let's try doing the Chinese Confucius Institute and see what they have to offer me. I've been learning how to sing with Professor Zhang Laosher. I can sing some ancient Chinese songs, and that was very interesting to learn because it also helped my language learning in addition to learning more about how to sing and how to sing in a Chinese manner as opposed to a Western manner. But I've also have been taking the Chinese flute lessons, the Dizi lessons. It's a bamboo flute versus the Western flute. All of the Chinese professors, they want you to learn. They want you to learn more outside the language. They want you to consider the culture. They want you to consider the music.
So there's a whole facet of information that they bring with them. They stay for months at a time or shorter periods of time. The students really enjoy them because they're not the typical professor that they would have. Some of them speak English only sparingly, and so that their skills in costume or dress or set design is what they've brought to this country to help our students learn about.
Very good. Learn this part.
This one. Yes. This point. Yeah, point. 我比较喜欢的是教学生，因为在教的过程中呢，有很多的美国学生，他们很喜欢中国的这个戏曲课程，比如说脸谱课。比如说武打课，还有比如说京剧演唱课，他们都非常的认真，非常的喜。
I feel that my language skills have improved vastly. The Confucius Institute is more than just what you learn in a language school. You learn amazing things from talented people who come all the way from China to teach you. And I think that it's a great opportunity, and that's really what the Confucius Institute is. So I think that that's the word that absolutely defines the Confucius Institute as opportunity.
When we were all young children, probably one of the ways we learned language was through song, memorizing songs and learning how to pronounce new words. And so it's a perfect way for our students to learn a language is through song, because that's one of the ways we learned our own language. It's always been part of our culture to have a strong language program as well as a strong international appreciation.
Binghamton is a research university, but the Chinese program here is quite phenomenal. My advice would be to someone to just go for it, get there, and it's it makes it so much more worth the dollars that you're paying in a classroom setting. It's the good fundamentals, but once you get beyond that, you really, really need to immerse yourself for as long as possible and just enjoy the experience thoroughly.